I want to share this build with you. It's called Stark. So yeah, I see the reminder on the screen I give myself. Please, before we get started, take a moment to like the video. It helps my videos reach more people. I'd really appreciate it if you feel like, my video is worth liking. So anyway, okay, let's get started. Hello, I'm Kendra. Welcome to my channel, friends. I hope that you enjoy today's video. If my voiceover is annoying, go ahead and mute me. I ramble a lot, so we have no idea what topics we're gonna talk about this video. So, up to your discretion, I guess. And then there's also timestamps down in the description. If you wanna just use those, go ahead and skip forward to whatever thing it is that you like the most. So, furnishing or whatever, landscaping. So with that, I think that's it. Let's get going on this build. So this build, I called it Stark. You probably saw in the beginning, it's like black and white and kind of a little bit more contemporary than my normal builds. I don't think I could go so far as to call it modern because, it's still me here that we're talking about. But, it's got definitely less cozy and less suburban sort of style than I normally go for. And it was really weird, honestly, because it felt like this build had a mind of its own, and it was really fun building because I actually gave myself a challenge. I've been spending so much time on builds lately that, I started getting just kind of tired. And I feel like, the second you're tired of something that you should love to do, then you're doing too much. And I think it's just because I was building so many big homes, which I love doing, but it's definitely a lot more effort, just to build them and then to edit the videos. So I'm giving myself a challenge of building things in less than an hour. And it's honestly been really fun. So my last couple have been those builds. This one, I think total build time was like 54 minutes. And it's so much fun. I'm really glad I got back to these. Anyway, so it was really fun because it forced me to not second guess myself as much, I went with kind of just my instincts a little bit more, and it didn't turn out perfect, but I think that the way that it did turn out is really cool. I don't think it's something that I would have ended up with if I hadn't given myself a time limit. So I don't know, if you're in a weird slump or you're feeling kind of merp, maybe give that a try. It's been really fun for me, and I like how this turned out. I feel like, it's a little bit just different, and it's nice, different in a good way. But you guys let me know what you think if you disagree. But I feel like maybe a couple times a week I'm still gonna do this because I'm having fun. Anyway, so yeah, at this point I was realizing this house was not going to be a suburban, a typical suburban, I guess. And I was trying to figure out where it was going. I really love these, like Snowy Escape is one of my favorite packs for building just because it comes with plain windows, like plain glass windows that aren't the full wall height. It's really the only pack that does that, if you think about it. Like most of our just plain glass windows like that are the full height. So like you have to have a floor to ceiling window, which is not always what you want. So I love those Snowy Escape windows. I don't know why I don't build a Snowy Escape more. I think it's just because I know a lot of people don't have Snowy Escape, and it's important to me that my builds are accessible to people. So I don't know, but I should probably get over it at least a little. Anywho, so I really enjoyed being able to play with those. I don't actually know, I think I ended up using like 2 of them, but I still really love those videos. Or those, not the videos, the windows, not videos, wowzers. I have had my coffee this time, so this is just my brain. But yeah, so I don't know, I had a lot of fun with this build, and it also, you can tell, obviously, it ended up much bigger than I anticipated. I started on the 20x15 lot because that's so much easier to build quickly when they're small, and I was thinking like, okay, this will force me to do a small build, but joke's on me because it's clearly a rather large house. Kind of like a McMansion, but like in a good way, I think. But it definitely takes up the whole lot. It's kind of like if like it's an older neighborhood and all the lots are a little bit bigger, but then they found what used to be a parking lot and they turned it into a lot for a house. I feel like this is the house that would have been built on that lot. Like It's a nice established neighborhood. The land is pretty pricey. And since they're building a newer home on it, they were like, okay, I'm going to build this big house. So, I don't know. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. So I don't know. It's been fun. Anyway. This floor plan was also kind of weird because I definitely gave myself some odd shapes to deal with. I really only, I thought this house was going to be maybe 3 bedrooms, but you know me, I get super awkward with large spaces, so I ended up making it 5 bedrooms. Although I do think that if you wanted more space, like in the living area, just take one of those downstairs bedrooms and make that like a living room or something. I don't know. But yeah, I really wanted to keep this house under $20K for the shell, which is why you'll see the furnishings are pretty sparse. I mostly just put them in there so that the floor plan was obvious. Not really like, hey, you should leave it like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's been interesting. So I think it turned out really cute and I'm pretty stoked about it. But I don't have a fully furnished version of this build because I only gave myself an hour, and that's already pretty quick. So you know how it goes. But yeah, I tried to stay under 20K. I think this came out at like 19.6, so that's pretty good. Success. Yeah. And I think this floor plan, sometimes I do the floor plans and I have I'm like, that'll probably be fine. And then I get to do it and I think, oh gosh, I really messed up. This is hard. I think this one's actually going to be pretty easy. I think. I mean, I haven't done it, but it seems like a relatively normal space. Does that make sense? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. And it's funny because smaller lots are usually easier to furnish. Or not furnish, landscape, because you just don't have that much space, so you do whatever you can and that's that. But for this one, I got to this point and I was like, I have literally no space. It's like, what am I gonna do with these 2 squares the whole way around the house? It's crazy. So I did what I could with it, and I actually think it sort of forced me to be a little simpler, which I think was good in the long run. But I spent a fair amount of time kind of looking at it and trying to figure out how do I add plants and make this cute and cozy without messing with the sort of contemporary-ish vibe. I say contemporary, I mean contemporary for me. You guys know what I mean. Yeah, so we ended up with, I love hedges, by the way, in the game. They're the best. Why don't I use them more often? They take up space, they look cute, they're perfect when you have little awkward spaces like this. I love them. Anyway. So yeah, I think that in the end, it turned out really well, the landscaping, but it was definitely kind of weird. And I'm still a little bit torn on if this house would be better looking on a bigger lot. You know what I mean? Would bigger landscaping make it look a little bit more like it fits? I don't know. I think the landscaping still looks pretty new and whatever, but yeah, anyway. So this wall, when I was trying to figure out where windows go, I thought all the windows looked weird on this wall, so I put no windows here. And then it looked weird just being empty, so I made it like a vine wall, which I'm realizing is kind of weird because it's not like this is an overgrown house. I don't know. I tried to make it look like it was like a statement wall. You know what I mean? Yeah, sure. I don't know. Interesting. It's been interesting. So, yeah. And then this black at the very end, I'm so glad I did that because it was driving me crazy that those windows weren't matching all the other windows. Why? Why, Sims? Why? So I'm glad I did the black, and I think it made it, even more a little bit contemporary. I'm really happy with how this build turned out. So that's it for me. That's it for this beautiful build. It's a little bit different than what I normally do. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for giving me your feedback. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day. Happy simming. Bye.